Hi and welcome to the market alert for Thursday, the 21st of April 2022. So the main headline for yesterday's market and summary was that Tech Rex as bond bid sparks major curve flattening, and the FANG Plus complex has basically erased all of the late March melt up. However, the Dow and the S&P and the DAX continue to move to the upside. Wall Street's commodity trading risk source confirms volatility trap, doom loop underway. And we hope you enjoyed your ride through Fantasyland. Now watch your step as you exit. This is actually quite a good headline because obviously it's talking about the last 14 years of QE, where it's all been kept normal thanks to the printing presses. And as it says here, nothing unravels quite as dramatically as systems which are presumed to be rock solid and forever. Yeah, the Fed put. The first bank to forecast a US recession now warns to prepare for a hard landing, absolutely. And Peter Schiff, the risk of a market crash keeps growing. Does anybody believe that the economy can handle 5% interest rates? We couldn't even handle 3% in 2018. A crash is coming. And yeah, just think how bad things are now. Just a quick look at the Fed funds rate, which you can see up there. And you will see that 2016 we saw the Fed moving rates up to 2.5% and then had to bring the market back, of course, because it couldn't handle it. And then all the way through the pandemic of 2020, and now we're starting to see rates move, and they're going to take them up to 5%, according to Powell. Well, good luck with that one. After coming through this, where they tried before to actually raise rates. So it's just a matter of time. And before then, I wouldn't be at all surprised if we don't see the markets go back to the all-time highs. And this is the Dow. You can see we're not that far off. The market trading up to the recent high here. It just needs to break through and then make a stampede for the 36,951. And when we get to that level, then maybe Peter Schiff's prediction of a crash may come. But it'll have to tie in with the interest rates continuing to be increased, of course. Otherwise, we could go through this level and continue to the upside. What is to stop that? The market's now discounted the war. It's discounted inflation. It's discounted the interest rate increases at this time and is now moving back to the upside. It hasn't even sold off in the Dow. It's just incredible. Market is being held and moved back to the upside. You just can't make it up, can you? And yesterday, you'll see more evidence of this in the 30-minute chart. It started yesterday morning, which I spoke about in the alert, getting the markets back to the upside. And that's precisely what happened. And we saw the market moving up 100, 200, 300, 400 points, again 450 points to the upside by the time it concluded from yesterday morning's kickoff. And overnight, we're seeing the market move to yesterday's high once more already. A big bar up with volume. A bit of momentum drop off, which you'd expect overnight. Probably come back, retest the close in the opening of the DAX, and then send the market to the upside once more, because that seems to be the new pattern, doesn't it? In the DAX, well, we're not seeing quite the same as we are with the Dow. It's lagging a bit. This is going to be the all-time high for the German DAX, so we've got quite a way to go here. But the market at the moment is moving to the upside, and it's close to the 50 EMA. Yesterday we got through the 20 bar moving average and stayed above the 5 bar moving average. Bit of supply there, momentum moving up nicely. We've got to get through the 78% retracement there and the 89, and then we've got this high to the left here, and that high is coming in at 14,600, just to give the ballpark figure there. So take out the 50 EMA, the 78, 89, and then we go to 14,600 there. I don't see there being a problem or an issue, because there is no bad news to send the market to the downside at the moment, unless something else comes out that Putin's doing. Otherwise, what is there? You know, like I say, think about it. They've discounted everything. It doesn't exist. It's not happening in the stock market world. But only time will tell, of course, unless they're using it as an opportunity to move the market to the upside, to offload, knowing full well that then it is going to head south. But at the moment, it's looking very, very bullish, isn't it? As it continues to move its way to the upside. 30-minute chart for yesterday, the market came down within the cash market to the DP level, right on it. Weren't quite oversold, didn't need to be, did we? We'd spoken about this yesterday. The market retraces and then it moves to the upside. So there's your retracement, and then off we go. And again, it continued all the way up, just with the odd red bar closing below. But when the red bars closed below, you either had one and it continued, or two. And when you've got two, you've got one low, and then you have a rising low in the next bar. So you can see that despite the fact that the bars are red, they're actually making rising lows. There's a single bar market moving higher. And then there again, you've got 2 bars down to the R1 with demand. And then you've got the next bar where the low is rising, and then the market free to move to the upside once more as well. We've gone through yesterday's high in the DAX, unlike the Dow. At the moment, the market sideways, so I'm a bit surprised if the high isn't retested at 7 a.m. when we open on the futures, and then move the market back to the upside. Quick look inside of yesterday's market. You can see there that prices moving to the upside as well. I'm just trying to get control of the chart. There we go. So again, you can see that in the futures market, they moved it down to the DP, and I expect them to do that with the high this morning. And you can see the market coming back to the 200 MA, oversold, divergence, crossover, increase in volume. And off we go to the upside. Same thing as you saw in the Dow, and then the market having its pullbacks and then becoming oversold. Overbought, oversold, overbought, oversold, as it makes its way back up. Overbought there before it comes back to overbought. So all the way through, you got that overbought, oversold, back to the 50 and the 20 bar moving average as it traded in a channel that was making rising lows throughout. And again, overnight, you have a look, you'll see the market having gone through the high, pulling back a bit. Like I say, it could come back to the high, find support for the cash market to then move to the upside. In the currencies, the yen yesterday still moving to the upside. Bit of supply there, absorbing orders coming into the market at the moment, but still looking very bullish in the daily chart. Sorry, the GBP against the yen. I call it the yen, but obviously it's the pound against the yen. In the 30-minute chart, we had a bit of a move to the downside yesterday. We had divergence because obviously the market shows there that it went up, came back, made a new low, but the stochastics were starting to move to the upside. Divergence there, and then moving back to the upside. It needs to stay above the DP in the 30-minute chart or any time frame to maintain that bullishness to attack the high that we see in the chart. Meanwhile, the pound sideways, up a bit yesterday, but stuck in a range, waiting for Bailey to decide whether he's going to increase rates or not. And the 30-minute chart there, you can see a bit of a choppy one. Market down to the DP as well there, oversold, divergence, crossover, market back up, but not any great shakes or big moves. A bit of volume here at lunchtime, and then back up with a bit of a shake out there at around 5:30, is it? Somewhere around there? Oh no, a lot later than that, isn't it? That's during the night, last night, when Asia kicked in. That's the Asian market kicking in. You should see that by the shaded area there, that it's evening or overnight. Back to the DP, market starting to move up. Got to take out yesterday's high, but the pound at the moment moving, or attempting to move to the upside. And then finally, silver managing to hold yesterday at 25. That's going to be crucial. Failure to hold at 25, we'll see the 62 retested, 50 bar moving average, and 78.89 level as well, down to the 24 level, which I still think is where the market's likely to go. And overnight, you'll see it's already being moved to the downside and in that direction. Currently holding at 25, but watch yesterday's low be taken out at the 1 o'clock fix. And can you spot it on the chart? Well, there it is. They did it as soon as they ran the market up in the morning. As soon as we got to 1 p.m, the fix came in, managed to hold as the market came back, and then as they've used the overnight market to bring the market back down. So the low is the first target on the downside today. I have no doubts that they're going to try and do this, because yesterday they managed to hold it here, but it didn't gather any momentum. It didn't even take out the pre 1 p.m. LBMA fix. So yeah, we're definitely going to the downside on the silver market. And gold, same thing, holding better, as can be seen by the gold-silver ratio. Just have a look at that. You can see they're moving back up. We're going back up to the 80 level and above with this as well. And there you can see we need to look at these targets on the downside for gold as well, which will be more of a hedge, or seen as a hedge against inflation and obviously the war. That's probably why it's supported, but otherwise they'd be hammering this to the downside as well. The dollar, bit of weakness overnight, but it isn't stopping the silver price being moved lower at this point. And in the monthly chart, just coming off the 78% retracement. And finally, crude oil down yesterday, but making its way back up above the 20 bar moving average on the overnight so far. Okay, that's it for this one. Let's see what happens at the open for the DAX on the futures market, see if it comes back down, retests that high before moving back to the upside. And what happens at 1 p.m. with the fix. Do we have any news today to move the markets? Let's just have a quick look. We've got Philly Fed at 1:30. Powell is speaking at 4 p.m. And we've also got Lagarde and Bailey out as well at 4, 5:30 and 6 p.m. Okay, that's it. As ever, thanks for watching. See you in the next.